Hello guys, good morning and welcome to I'm a Biker, and we are riding the new updated 2025 Dominar 400. Well, let's get going and I'll get into the details. All right. Dominar 400 brings back a lot of memories. I rode the Dominar first during its initial launch, and we were all taken to Pune. We were taken to the hills, and there were a lot of strawberries there. The original Dominar, and how things have changed over the years. So over the years, Dominar has always received small updates, and with the 2025 Dominar, again, while it's not the huge radical update that we all wanted, but yeah, it has changed quite a bit. Yeah, so visually when you look at it from here itself, you can see there are a lot of things different. Like for example, the second display, the iconic second display of the Dominar is now gone. So that is probably something a lot of people will miss. Honestly, when you're riding, you never really see that. But it was a unique selling point of this bike, right? Something which you would see on bigger bikes like the Ducati Diavel and things like that. So that was something unique. As you can see, cruises pretty well. I'm at 6th gear, just above 5000 RPM, and I can touch 100 and just stay here. No vibrations as such. Foot pegs are, it's a slight buzz. Nothing annoying. There's a slight buzz on the levers, but yeah, nothing annoying. It's a nice simple cruise. I'll just come down, speed a little bit so you guys can hear me talk better. So for all the changes, I think most of the changes you can see right here. So the switch gear is different. It basically, if you have ridden the NS 400G, if you've seen our review on that, you'll see it's the same switch gear. So is the display. That is also from the NS. Basically now I think they're going to put it in pretty much all the Bajaj bikes, at least close to 400cc ones. So along with this, you have ride by wire, so which means you have now 4 riding modes: road, sport, rain and off-road, and also traction control. So that's one more thing. And also Bajaj says they have revised the handlebar design a little bit, which basically enables a little bit more comfortable riding position. But honestly, unless you're riding both the bikes back to back, you won't really find the difference. So, and of course, adjustable levers. I'm not sure whether it was there in the previous version, but yeah, it's adjustable levers both for the clutch and the brake. So that is any day welcome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the changes on the new Dominar. Overall, for me, I will talk to you about how the Dominar was, the first original Dominar, and this Dominar. The refinement levels have gone up a lot. This feels much more calm. This feels much more smooth. There's a much better refinement to this whole machine. This particular bike we got had a little bit of quirks. The nut for the side stand sensor was not in the right position, so every once in a while the bike would cut off. So basically, Harsha and I, we both just got down, put the paddock stand, and we just adjusted it and put it into right. It's a little bit of DIY to get it going smooth. But yeah, that was the only little quirk, nothing much. I think it's still good bike to tour on. Now this bike actually got quite delayed. This particular bike was supposed to come probably early this year or late last year, around December probably. And what we know is that there is an all updated, like a massively updated Dominar or another bike based on the same platform in the works, probably a more adventure tourer kind of a thing, not a proper ADV, but something on those lines in the works. But yeah, that will probably, since this got delayed by almost like 7-8 months, that is probably also going to be pushed quite far down the line. So yeah, so how does it all come together as a 2025 package? Well, it feels good. One probably missed opportunity is that they could have brought down the weight and added a little bit more grippier tires, more than the tires, I wish they had done something with the weight. It does not feel heavy, okay. Like, for example, right now I'm cruising along, it feels nimble, it feels fine. As long as you have some sort of momentum, it's fine. But yeah, turning radius, for this wheelbase is quite large. Probably that is an opportunity. But honestly, when you think about it, how do you reduce the weight? I mean, they'll have to redesign the chassis onwards, probably use different materials, because it already uses the perimeter frame, which is common on a lot of the bikes which Bajaj has. But that said, swing arm, these are probably areas where you could save some weight. Alright, builds up speed quite well. Just about 6,000 RPM. I'm sitting at 120. That's pretty good. Alright, dude crossing the road, always tricky if they come halfway. Alright, back to some legal speeds. I feel the whole package is now much more refined and polished than before. And with the entry price, you get basically a 400cc bike with close to 40 PS of power, or pretty much 40 PS of power, and 35 Nm of torque at prices that are 250 Duke prices, and very, very now close to the RTR 310 prices as well. So, tough choice. What do you guys think about this new speedometer? I mean, I like the left side of it. I mean, the whole colorful display and everything. But the right side, it feels like, we have gone back a few years. It feels like something that should have been launched when I was in school. It reminds me of an old calculator. Bajaj, please don't sue me for that. I mean, it's functional, if anything. I mean, and it's different from anything else that's out there, so not necessarily bad. I think Bajaj's logic has been to give something functional and quirky at a good price. So probably if they had to do something like a full color display like on the Duke or something, I think the cost of this bike would go up a little bit more. And Bajaj, at least with its own range, always ensure that the value for money coefficient is always very high. So I think that's the whole thought process behind this meter. And you also see this meter right on the NS400Z, and that's the whole process. Reuse same parts on different bikes. Ensure that you have a efficient production line of parts, and that brings down the cost. And that lower cost is translated to the buyer. So that's what the Dominar 400 2025 is all about. I feel some vibes okay in this RPM, roughly about 4,000 RPM. Like, and I came down to like 70, 80, and fifth gear and pulling away. That's a little bit, but again, it's not buggy kind of a vibration that will want you to just stop riding and no, that's all right. It's more of a character vibe than anything else. Ooh, let's see how it handles these. Not bad. A little bit stiff suspensions. Oh yeah, the sound. The previous version, I don't remember it being so loud. I mean, I have ridden the first version and just briefly I have interacted. When I say I have not ridden the previous version of this, I mean extensively I have not ridden, and I had short test rides and things like that. But I don't remember it being so loud. I think this one's a bit more louder, or my memory is a little bit wonky on that. But this one sounds very throaty, quite loud, and quite loud even at idle low running speeds. It gathers a lot of attention. And I love doing the rev match downshifts on this. Oh, it just sounds so awesome. I wish they will update this soon with that sport shifter, quick shifter that we saw on the NS400Z. It's much needed because it's all pretty much the same bike, right? Different riding dynamics, but looks different. But I wish they will update this with the sports quick shifter, because that would also add another element to this bike. Are you guys fan of this switch gear? I think it looks pretty good. The build quality, etc. is quite good. It's functional, if not anything. Okay, let's see how nimble the Dominar is in weaving traffic. Whoa, some bad roads. I think Dominar has always been positioned as a value for money, powerful touring machine. It's big, it's quick, and it can carry even a pillion without any issue. But yesterday I had Harsha with me as pillion and I barely knew it. I mean, the vehicle can pull away quite cleanly. So we're taking the Dominar doing what it's better, taking a short ride. I mean, you can do long rides. People have done ODCs and all with it. Yeah, but we're taking the Dominar. A quick short morning ride. There's this nice, beautiful viewpoint about 1 hour from where we stay. Once we've gotten away from the highway, a lot of small, windy roads. We'll really see how the Dominar performs on those. The good thing is I won't be on the highway anymore and tempted to cruise at 100, and you guys can hear me much better. I think Dominar always has been poised as a tourer, right? I mean, it can do fine for the daily use as well. And that's again where the conversation about weight would come in. It is a really good tourer. It can pretty much sit at 100, 120 all day long. And basically on Indian roads, anything above 120 is way too dangerous. Even 120 is quick for India, but you cover a lot of distance at that speed. And once you're on the highways, that probably is the sweet spot. Yeah, I can handle this kind of village roads and all well. But I feel now it's a bit too loud for this kind of village roads. You can't do like a stealthy touring operation. I mean, I don't dislike it. It's nice, especially for revving hard, downshifting and all that. Things feels really good. Yeah, definitely wish the suspensions were a bit more softer. Oh yeah, I felt all of that. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we had brought the Transalp to that lake. It was not as dry. It was quite slushy. The Transalp also being quite heavy. It was a bit tricky to handle. I love these inner roads, man. These inner country roads. So beautiful, so peaceful. You don't need any sort of speeds. You just cruise along at 40, 50 and still have a lot of fun, soak in all the views. It is beautiful. Oh yeah, we took the Transalp there as well. It was not happy. Usually when a bike is quite vibey, these are the sort of speeds and RPMs that it will really show itself. Because for a single cylinder, you can't complain that it's vibey at higher RPMs, because it will be. At lower RPMs, these are the speeds at 3,000-4,000 RPMs, 40, 50. These are your daily use speeds. And if it's vibey in these sort of RPMs, it's when, it gets annoying. I'm in fifth gear doing it at 50. Yeah, I can feel some sort of vibes on the pegs, a little bit on the handlebars. But it's not bad. It's more of a character vibe, most of these guys call it. But it's not bad at all. You can live with it. It doesn't annoy you. The moment the drives go up above 4,000-5,000 RPM, it's much more refined. So not a problem at all. Meh. Stupid bird. Cutie little one. But don't die in front of the Dominar. Wow, what a beautiful climate and beautiful roads. I'll give you a brief overview on the bike. How are the brakes? Like, for example, this kind of conditions. See, right now I have to go hard on the brakes again to save my back. But the brakes are good. Probably not as sharp as you would expect on something sportier like the NS. Much better than what is there on the Scrambler XC, because I just got off that bike a couple of days back. It's good. It's not bad. It will force you to use a bit more of the rear than you usually do to get this bike stopped. A different riding style, that you need to get used to. The mirrors are not too buzzy. You still can see what is behind you, so that's all right. Handling dynamics, it is got a longer wheelbase, so it is not going to be as nimble as, say, the NS400Z or things like that. But it can hold its own. This can hold its own. On highways, fast winding highways, no problem. It is an absolute beast. Slow roads like this, you have to coax it in, but it wants to do it. It will do it. It's not as intuitive like the NS400 or the Duke, something like that. Boy, it needs a little more concentration on these roads. Oh, it pulled cleanly from 35 in fourth gear. My general riding style is when I'm cruising like this, I tend to upshift a little bit earlier. If you're carrying any amount of speed, this bike will be like absolutely blast to take fast turns on. But when you slow things down, like especially if you're stopped in traffic and you want to take a U-turn and you want to just move it, once it's off, once the engine is off, it struggles a little bit because you feel the weight. But other than that, it's all fine. Yeah, so we're pretty much on the final leg of our journey. Look at this. It's like a nice boulevard. I wish the road's a little bit more smoother, but wow, it looks fantastic to recover. What do you guys think? Should Bajaj have used this opportunity and at least this time like really pushed and made a Dominar into something a bit more all-rounder right now? Because what I understand is, I mean, the Dominar's character is now set. They can't change it into anything else. They probably use the same platform and make a different, like an adventure bike or an adventure tourer bike, like what TVS is planning, right? With their new engine lineup and things like that. I think that is probably what's going to happen. Maybe a little bit later on, a full-fledged update Dominar, with full color display like on the Dukes. A little bit more power, like 45, 43. 43 is the number now, right now, right? 43 PS and things like that. Were you guys expecting that update on this one? Just when you get a hang of this, the bike and the weight, and any bike, there's some getting used to, right? This sort of hill climb finishes. I think this is the last one, and after this, it just straightens up, and boom, we're done. I love coming to places like this on weekdays. It's be absolutely empty. So we are one turn away from our destination. I think the last bike we brought here was the Ultraviolet F77. We're checking out the range basically. How's that for a view, huh? And last time we came, there were a bunch of monkeys as well. So guys, if you have any questions about the new Dominar, let me know in a comment below. It's been a pleasure talking to you this morning. I'll see you in the next one.